Alright, hello Hoopers. I'm gonna do a tutorial for you guys today on behind the back tosses, which look like this. This is a pretty straightforward trick. There's just some things that you can keep in mind to make it easier on yourself and to help you kind of master it. So, essentially what we're going to do is we're going to start, you can do this on either side with either hand, and I encourage you to try both. But anyway, for this demonstration I'm going to start with my right hand. So my right hand, the top of my right hand is facing forward, and what I'm going to do is bend back as far as possible and at the same time tuck my hand under to the smallest part of my waist. So you may want to just practice this, just like if you're doing any other kind of behind the back stuff, you really have to have flexibility in your shoulders and your arms. So you may want to just practice this and bending back and kind of holding that hoop there, and on both sides too. And just get used to the feeling of that and stretching out. So once you're comfortable with that, you want to have your grip here, and I generally have my thumb kind of also supporting the hoop underneath. And I'm going to bend back and bring the hoop around to here, and then what I'm going to do is try as hard as I can to keep the hoop vertical and not coming to the side here, and use my fingers to kind of let go and toss it over. So you do want a little bit of momentum, but when you're first learning this trick, it will probably take you a little bit to figure out what you need, because it's a little bit more than a body roll, but also if you send it too much momentum up, then your hoop can go that way and whatever. So just practice figuring out what kind of momentum you need, and possibly also grabbing with your left hand, which is how I learned. This took me a couple of weeks of really trying to figure out to master, so not that difficult of a trick. So anyway, I'm just gonna bend back and grab it over here. So you can grab it any way. You can grab it with your left hand, your right hand. You can make it more like a roll. Oops. Grab here. But don't get too caught up in trying to get it over your body just when you're first figuring this out. Just try and get it up and grab it. That was a little too much momentum. So yeah, so the main points to remember with this are to keep the hoop vertical on a vertical plane, to lean back and be able to get your hand as far over as possible and get this left arm out of the way, and to use your fingers to let go of the hoop. So when I'm letting go, it's really just my four fingers right here, I'll do it from the side, that are letting it go. That was a different grip, but it doesn't work as well that way. So I'll show you from the back. That. So once you kind of have that figured out, it may take you a little bit. You can start working with different combos that you can do with this, and I've really enjoyed combining this move with a lot of different things. So I'm going to kind of just briefly go over some of those, give you guys some ideas. One being a chest roll. So bend over this way. Well, hold on, when it goes better. That way, and then I extend my right, I grab with my right arm, extend my right arm, and then we'll do a chest roll back. Kind of sloppy there, but you get the idea. The other thing that I think is good when you are, maybe that is kind of complex or difficult for you to manage, is to do this and then grab and then continue your turn. So I'm just turning around like a barrel roll, but I keep my hand near my chest. So I'll show you that one more time. There's a lot of different ways you can come out of it with a weave. I would like to do one of these too. Really, like, it's actually a pretty good transition move. I think when you're kind of bored with whatever and you want to do something that looks really fucking awesome, but you have a lot of options with when it comes to grabbing it and doing something else. It's good for like a pause in like your performance or whatever, just as most classes are. So anyway, I hope that was helpful and you guys are able to master your behind the back toss. So good luck and happy hooping.